So welcome back, it's Ramsay Monday, and I'm reacting to top 10 Gordon Ramsay best insults. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe.
Gordon Ramsay is a well-known star chef around the world, not only for his cooking, but also for his sharp tongue and hilarious
by the way, they reflect off the glasses.
While most of those are directed at his apprentices and the business owners he's helping, there were several occasions in which the customers weren't spared either. During the heat of the 10th service night, many have failed to frazzle the always sharp Gordon, and the following are some of the best situations.
By the way, reflect off the glasses.
You look exactly like a quail.
You're trying to poison me? Poison you? What a It's beef, you idiot. Tartar.
As usual, Gordon was pissed off because one of the competitors messed up the scallops.
And Chef Ramsay has sent her to the dining room to eat her mistakes.
Well, you see how fast she'll walk? She want her to.
Is
it cooked?
Where at first?
Not to Jean-Philippe, as he should have, but to Gordon Ramsay himself.
He gonna question
Gordon
Ramsay like that, though?
But the guy didn't understand the silent message and kept standing there for a while.
What did he say to him? Oh, he told me to be quiet.
Throw food on the plate. What's the matter? Well, talk to me.
After which the customer angrily pointed out,
Don't look at me. Look, excuse me. Don't come in here acting like jumped up like some little gym bunny.
And left the job of communicating complaints to Jean-Philippe.
It's low-grade beef.
Don't ever shave you.
This caused Gordon to go
he talked to his shelves like that. Imagine how he talked to regular people.
Push your arms out. You look like a quail.
Sorry about the old bag.
Sorry about the old bag.
Are you kidding or? No, I'm not. Oh, you're serious?
On one episode of
he ain't about to talk to that old woman like that.
Italian restaurant
He don't talk to the old woman like that?
Welcome to New Jersey.
Nah, he can't.
As most of the episodes on the show, the food that was served to Gordon was worse than dog food, and dinner service was just
worse than dog
to say the least.
She had dog food before.
Noticing the struggles this restaurant was going through, he made a complete remodeling of the interior as well as the menu and a relaunch of the restaurant. During the reopening dinner service, the restaurant was crowded with customers eager to try the food selected personally by Gordon. As expected, everyone loved the food and enjoyed the different flavors he put together.
But even good food can't impress everybody.
One table of customers seemed to hate the food they got.
She just called his food terrible.
Because Gordon is an experienced chef, he recognized that these were just people who wanted to cause trouble and personally went to their table. The older woman got up and complained once more to him directly.
Okay, good. But madam, unfortunately you're talking out your rear. Why don't you just sit down and cause trouble?
But the old lady pushed onwards and he just left her standing at the door while he was apologizing to the entering customers.
So sorry about the old bag.
He called her old bag.
You look more like a dog than I do.
One red diner
I'm saying he talked to his employees like that. Imagine how he talked to the customers. 5 seasons of a
show would be enough for someone to learn Gordon Ramsay's manners.
Look how cool she is. Hey, maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes, everybody.
I guess you could talk about
people who wanted to act smart in front of him.
I guess he could talk about them, but you can't.
It's the same damn thing. You played it. The same thing.
On one of Hell's Kitchen's episodes, the already pissed off Gordon had to chase away a lady who whistled at him
That's a bad look.
Totally flat. No flavor. Second time I've had it.
Okay, thank you.
Gordon politely thanked her and tried to turn back to the contestants and continue with the dinner service. The woman called after the chef one more time, and after being ignored,
Baby glad he ain't throwing on a girl.
Dog, yeah, you look more like a dog than I do.
But it's gonna take more than that to impress me.
You look like a dog more than I do. Leave a comment.
Press speaker, Pacho, now, yes?
a rather rude comment.
Leave a comment. What's a gym bunny?
And if that wasn't enough, when he sent her food out,
Give that to the dog, yes? Put a lead on it in case he runs off with the plate. Let's go.
the giraffe back
Hey,
to
some
the
people
table.
steal plates. I seen people steal plates, silverware, napkins.
There is never enough drama in Hell's Kitchen, and there's always
I
someone
even
that
seen
won't be
people
satisfied.
steal tissue paper from the gas
In his
station.
contestants
I seen
and the
it
way
all.
the dinner service went.
Can we have the two main courses together?
That'd been crazy if I wasn't recording.
Or the customers for the food they got or didn't get, the end result is never good.
Mine is so good. I'm so sorry you guys don't have anything.
And for some customers that tried to voice their opinion, the end result was even worse. Besides being left with no food, they got chased off in the traditional Hell's Kitchen way.
Move your ass, will you, yeah?
We saw that in season 3 when a seemingly tall lady came up to the hot plate.
She is tall. She's
Gordon
about
asked
6'3".
Jean-Philippe for the lady's table number so he could see where the food was.
Take the giraffe back to the table, please. Service, please. Let's go.
You know me, I'm reverse giraffe. I have a short neck.
You call her a
Although
giraffe?
she was shocked at first and seemed like she was waiting for an apology,
Go ahead,
she
giraffe.
realized soon enough that it's of no use to argue with Gordon after he cursed at her once more and quietly went back to her table to wait for her food.
Off, will you, yeah? Get out.
Thank you, and f off.
Dang.
Dewberry's meltdown has
But they
caused
need to
the
put
Red
that on a
Kitchen to come
t-shirt.
to a screeching halt.
I'll wear that.
And now
though.
the customers want some answers.
As a newly
Y'all
opened
wouldn't wear that on
restaurant,
a
Hell's
t-shirt?
Kitchen wasn't
I
as
would.
famous 17 years ago as it is now. But some things have never changed, and one of those are the struggles during the first few dinner services, when many of the contestants weren't still used to working
Y'all
in a
watched my
fast-paced,
earlier
intense
video.
environment.
I was sitting
the idiots coming to the hot plate asking for food?
over here.
And as if the pressure of creating a first good impression in front of the clients wasn't enough, Gordon had to deal with some tough customers and additional pressure coming from the dining room.
And some customers have taken matters into their own hands.
Hey,
You bald head boy. Bear.
Can I borrow your phone?
Yo, he
One of
threw.
those occasions, a couple approached him, telling him they'd been waiting for
About 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Gordon disappointingly told her,
Well, you're a clever girl, aren't you?
and that she could realize what was going on behind him without him having to explain it. After they kept going on about how the time had passed, he completely brushed them off and continued talking to the contestants.
So, why don't you off?
It seemed like even though it was a newly opened business,
Yo.
Gordon had no fear of negative feedback.
The chef said to off.
Better get on you. I mean, I said you. Yeah, you know. Go ahead and get on yip.
You do nothing for me.
Leave a comment.
Over 2 hours into meal service,
Wonder how
and
much it
only
costs
8
to
main
eat
courses
there.
have come out of the Red Kitchen.
Season 1 of Hell's Kitchen was packed with Gordon's
By the way they be
explosive
messing
moments,
up
not only
food,
with his
I
chef
wouldn't even
apprentices,
wanna go.
but also with the diners. Many
He
decided
been
to
cuss
skip
me out,
chef
ask
and
for a
filed their
refund.
complaints directly at the head chef himself. Not realizing this is a huge mistake.
I'm deeply sorry, but right now we're about 7 tables behind.
And even though Gordon apologized, something he rarely does, and explained the situation politely, the young man just said,
That doesn't do much.
Well, Ramsay look kinda tall.
Right. Can I just say, you do all for me either. What do you want me to? You do nothing for me either.
But throw the
after a
plate
brief
at him.
confrontation in which the male customer told Gordon that he didn't understand why it was so hard to get food out of the kitchen.
But just throw a plate at him and tell him to get on.
Sous chef. Right. Finally, your head's coming outside your arsehole. Now sit down, you dick.
After
Dang.
this comment, he proceeded to chase away the customer with an
Yo,
explosion of
he gonna talk
curses
to
and
the
proved
customer
once more
like that.
Nothing upsets Chef Ramsay more than when customers come to the kitchen.
his confrontation with Vic
Why he
Reeves.
talk to him? Oh, nah.
back to hell.
Having a celebrity come to your restaurant is something many chefs dream of experiencing.
I
But
mean-
not Gordon. He treats every customer
no,
the
no.
same and honestly is not hesitant to flip
Make
someone
sure
off
still
if
are
they're
your
acting
silverware.
rude, no matter who the customer is.
Could I possibly have
Nah, I'm playing.
2 fried eggs?
Even Jean-Philippe was hesitant and didn't deny his mundane order.
I'm not here sweating my fucking balls off to cook some dickhead a fried egg.
He could have left it there, but like a moth drawn to
He
the
didn't even
flame,
have to say all
guilty
that.
of Too much white wine. He insisted on talking to Gordon in person.
He wasn't even bothered when he found out who the customer was and had no problem with telling him, to his face.
You think I'm here to cook you a fucking fried egg?
Reeves continued to argue with Ramsay, and during this confrontation,
Are you that much
No
of a
arguing with Ramsay. My
So you
quality.
can eat in a fucking smart restaurant with good food
no.
and you order a fried egg.
Vic Reeves told him that he doesn't like anything on the menu, to which Gordon repeats his answer that he won't make him any eggs. He then turned back to the kitchen and his cooks and ignored Reeves' further requests.
I respect you guys, hey, more than that kind of shit, yes?
Would you mind taking your breasts off my hot plate?
Yo, I know he didn't say
Although
that.
most of the diners have
I know
received
he
their
did
food,
not just
one
say that.
customer is tired
Tell
of
me
There isn't a
he did
kitchen where the
not
working
just say
environment is
that.
tenser than Hell's Kitchen. The contestants fight their way to the top in front of millions of viewers under difficult circumstances that
he
not
gonna say
many are
that?
able to work in.
It's under the immense pressure and scrutiny.
Bruh, imagine him if he was a driver
The
instructor.
dinner
Will y'all
service
pass
started
y'all
horribly with
test?
chefs cooking scallops in a pan that wasn't a non-stick one.
If you
Yo, he a driver
in a
instructor.
non-stick
Ain't
pan,
nobody getting
they
their
won't
life.
stick. That's why it's called non-stick.
Followed by a few raw chicken steaks,
Makes
Gordon's
sense.
all-time arch enemy. Food was running late and there were some mad customers in the dining room and an even madder Gordon on the other side of the aisle. So when a disgruntled diner approached the hot plate asking how long she will have to wait for her beef, Gordon immediately turned and told her
Do you mind taking your breath off my hot plate?
Yo.
How can I serve food with those things there?
After the woman started flipping trays
Yeah, I
of
broke
food
her
that were
plate
ready
too.
for serving, security was
Mhm.
called and escorted the lady and her friends out of the restaurant. People don't seem to know how to choose the right moment to complain to Gordon.
With an entire table's food on the floor, it's the worst possible moment for a late arrival.
Diced or whole?
Diced the hole.
This one is one of the Gordon moments people still talk about.
Yo, look how he stand. Yeah.
pumpkin, and I'll ram it right up your
ours.
It's a true representation of Gordon's explosive character combined with his hilariously genius English insults, even though it was obvious that he was pissed off
I
at a
tried not
horrible
to laugh.
first
That
dinner
was funny.
service.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough for a young male
Alright,
diner
alright.
to back away from coming to him and asking for more pumpkin in his risotto. After he
What's
kept
a
asking
risotto?
for more pumpkin in his risotto,
What is
Gordon asked
camache?
again if he could stop being rude
I seen
and let
somebody
him
eat some
talk.
camache earlier.
But
what
some
that
people
is?
seem to just love provoking Ramsay and pushing him
Why
into
you
a
keep
deeper
looking
state
over
of
there?
rage.
Cause I need an instrumental. Anything else?
And of course, after the situation, no other customer dared to approach the kitchen.
I wouldn't either.
Escort the two bimbos back to plastic surgery.
Ah, this about to be
They were
funny.
hungry, they were getting
And I think this last. I know this
Nothing
funny.
much I could do at that point.
During a tense night of butchered lambs and raw salmon, a young lady, probably
sure you hear
unfamiliar with
every
Gordon's
Monday.
character, came up to him complaining about
recorded
how
on
long
Sunday,
she and her
but the way
friends
the
had been
Wi-Fi
waiting for
be.
their food.
What Monday?
Do something well done. Can you just
Every
for
Monday,
30 seconds?
Ramsay
Although
Monday.
it was the first ever Hell's Kitchen episode, and Gordon's manners were unknown to the
Ramsay
audience,
Monday.
you would expect this to be a good enough lesson and teach anyone not to bother Gordon while he's working.
Just ignore these bimbos.
But her friend didn't
You
seem to
bimbo.
take Gordon seriously and had some other ideas in her mind. Instead of sitting patiently, she went back to Gordon with the first girl and told him he insulted her friend.
Oh, really? Did I? Can you tell her I meant it?
And if you know Gordon,
Can you
he
tell her I meant
doesn't
it?
care about other random people's feelings.
Jean-Philippe Soufflet, can you escort these two ladies, please? Back to plastic surgery.
It's one of those
I
situations
would love to see
you
him
can't
do
help
this
but
around
laugh
black
at.
people.
Service and standards are far more important than some bimbo.
Although some of these comments are unbelievable to some,
He said
Gordon
this
still
around some
manages
black
to tell them in a
people.
way that makes the whole situation pretty
better
funny.
have that
It
security.
seems like the saying "the customer's always right" doesn't apply to him. Stick around and enjoy more Babbletop videos by clicking on them. Don't miss out on your chance to
sure
win an
you leave
iPhone
a
10.
like and
All you have to do
subscribe.
is hit the subscribe button
And comment
the
for your
notification bell.
next
Then
Gordon
click the
Ramsay
description
video.
below to